In this video, we will discuss how you can create a consignment in Macship using the Create Consignment method. If your user is a dispatch user, your login screen will look like this, and you will have the option to go straight to the Create Consignment screen by selecting this Create a Job panel. The Create Consignment screen can also be accessed via selecting Create Manage and Create Consignment. The first thing you need to provide when creating a consignment is the date that the freight will be dispatched. This will be defaulted to the current date. To change this, simply select the calendar icon and then select the date that the freight will be ready to dispatch. You would then advise the time that the freight is going to be ready to be collected. This time becomes important as certain carrier options may not be available to the user if the time is too late in the day. The time can be changed by selecting the up arrow or the down arrow, and you can change from AM to PM by selecting this box. The time can also be changed by typing in the fields. For this example, I'm going to set the dispatch time as 2 PM. You would then provide Macship with a pickup and delivery location. Locations can be added to a consignment from a very frequent location drop-down, via typing and selecting a saved location from a type ahead, or alternatively, you can type in a new address by adding in the details as shown. These details are the location name, which is a free text field, then the address line 1, which is also a free text field. Then you would add the suburb. The suburb is the only area where Macship actually does validation, and you will need to ensure that the suburb that you provide matches up with the saved Macship listing. Should you need a copy of this listing, it can be obtained via our API or via contacting us at support@macship.com. In order to add a suburb, simply type in the postcode, or alternatively, type in the suburb name. Macship will turn to you a listing of all those possible suburbs as a type ahead. Select the suburb from the type ahead, and you'll see that it will be added. The same rules apply for the delivery location. The only difference with a delivery location is you have the option to set delivery special instructions. These should be anything that is particular about the delivery that the carrier should know when looking to complete it. The delivery location also gives you the option to send a tracking email. This would depend on how your company has been set up. In this instance, this company has been set up to prompt to send a tracking email. This can be done by selecting this icon here. To automate sending the tracking email, please configure it on the company page. Macship will then always send the tracking email as long as there is an email address present in the delivery location form. Once you've provided both the sending and delivery details, you then need to tell Macship what items are actually being shipped. Similar to the locations, items can be added from a very frequent item drop-down, by typing and selecting a saved item, or by adding in a manual item. Manual items require an item name, an item type, and then the dimensions of length, width, and height, all to be provided in terms of centimeters. The weight would then be needed to be provided in terms of kilos, and the quantity would be added. It's important to note that the weight is added at a line item level, so this is 2 125 kilo pallets, and not 2 pallets at 62.5 kilos. Once you've checked off the dimensions, simply add the item by selecting plus. Should you need to change and edit any of the dimensions, you can simply click on that dimension and you'll see that the edit screen will come up. If you ever needed to copy to add any of the items, you can select the copy option. You'll see that item will be copied and then added to the shipment. If you want to save one of your manually created items, you can select the save icon and you'll see that Macship will indicate that that item has been successfully saved. It can then be accessed at a later point. Once you've added your items, you can then add in up to 2 references. Macship has the facility to allow you to make these reference fields as required. If you need instructions on how to do this, please look up how to create a custom field in the Macship knowledge base. Once all the consignment data has been added, you can then check your carrier options by selecting Generate Routes. Macship will then quote up all your available options and present it to you ordered based on your desired outcome. In this instance, it is showing me the carrier options from cheapest to most expensive. The system will also present you with an estimated date of delivery for that particular consignment to help you to make your decision. If for whatever reason there was a particular route option that could not be completed the business day that you're looking to dispatch the freight, Macship will indicate that to you in bold and give you the note that this is a next business day dispatch. You would need to take that into account when selecting that option. In this example, I'm going to send it on my local Hightrans service. To select that option, simply click on it and you'll see that it will expand. If there are any carrier-specific information that you might need to pass across, in this example Hightrans are looking for hire pallet information for Lozcam, Shep and other pallets, they'll be indicated in the top left-hand corner. Other carriers won't have this if it's not a requirement. The expanded carrier field will also provide you a breakdown of the sending and delivery location, the route that has been used, the item information on the job, and also break down the price in terms of base price, fuel amount, and any taxes. In order to create the consignment, you can select this Create Consignment button. This will interact with the Macship printing app to automate the printing of the labels. If you don't have that set up, you can create and download a PDF copy of the labels by selecting the Create and Download Labels option. This PDF copy can then be printed off manually. If you are creating multiple consignments, you can use the up arrow on the Create Consignment page and use either Keep Details, which will create the consignment, refresh you through to the new consignment page with all the details copied from the previous consignment. Alternatively, you can use the Create Consignment and Clear Form option. This will create the consignment, then refresh you through to the Create Consignment screen again, but this time all the forms have been cleared, allowing you to create the new consignment. If I go through the process of creating a consignment, and when I choose my carrier option, I just select the option to create consignment, you'll see that the consignment will be created, but this time I will be taken through to the unmanifested consignment screen. And that is how you can go about creating a consignment in Macship.